as no man in the old dispensation did. He had a wonderful revelation. He had a mighty anointing. I want you to see how he moved Israel. I want you to see how the power of God rested on him. I want you to see how he had the vision of Jesus and went forth with power and turned the hearts of Israel to him. And yet Jesus says about John, among them that are born of women, there has not risen a greater than John the Baptist. But he that is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he. Then I want you to see how satanic power can work in the mind. You see that Satan came to John when he was in prison. I find that Satan can come to any of us. Unless we're filled or divinely insulated with the power of God, we might go under by the power of Satan. But I want to prove tonight that we have a greater power than Satan's, in imagination, in thought, in everything. Satan comes to John the Baptist in prison and says to John, don't you think you made a mistake? Here you are in prison. You don't hear anything about Jesus. Isn't there something wrong with the whole thing? After all, you may be greatly deceived about being a forerunner of the Christ. I know men who could be giants of faith, who might be leaders of society, who could rise to subdue kingdoms, who might be noble among princes, but they go down because they allow suggestions of Satan to dethrone their better knowledge of the power of God. God help us tonight. See what John the Baptist did? Now, when John heard in prison about the deeds of the Christ, he sent words by his disciples and said to him, are you the one who is to come, or shall we look for another? How could Jesus send those men back with a stimulating truth, with a personal, effective power that would stir their hearts to know that they had met him, whom all the prophets had spoken about? What would prove it? How would they need to know it? How could they tell it? Jesus answered, go and tell John what you hear and see. The blind receive their sight and the lame walk. Lepers are cleansed and the deaf hear, and the dead are raised, and the poor have good news preached to them. And when they saw the miracles and wonders and heard the gracious words he spoke as the power of God rested upon him, they were ready. Was that work to end? If it wasn't to end, then I must put before you tonight a living fact. You have to see why it will not end. Instead of ending, it had to continue to be. It's only by the grace of God that I dare put these truths before you, and these are facts that will be proven. Tonight, I have a message for the saved people.